You can read, start reading from here. All of the previous instructions.
Yeah. All of the previous instructions imparted by Srila Rupa Goswami in his broad statements can be summarized thus. As long as one is materially inclined or desirous of merging into the spiritual effulgence, one cannot enter into the realm of pure devotional service. Next, Rupa Goswami states that devotional service is transcendental to all material considerations, and that is not limited to any particular country, class, society, or circumstance. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, devotional service is transcendental and has no cause. Devotional service is executed without any hopes for gain, and it cannot be checked by any material circumstances. It is open for all without any distinction, and it is the constitutional occupation of the living entities.
Yeah. So, yes, Prabhu. So it says that he's giving a kind of summary. As long as one is materially inclined or desirous of merging into the spiritual effulgence, one cannot enter into the realm of pure devotional service. One has to be free from even mukti kami also. That's what it says, no? Mukti kami, ataiva sadaiva ashanta, Krishna bhakta nishkama ataiva shanta. So all of them are having some material desires. Even to desire, I mean, desiring to merge in the spiritual effulgence of the Lord also is considered material, and that's not pure devotional service. Next, Goswami states, oh, just 1 minute. Huh? Yes, Pranay. So, um, okay. Mhm. Yes. So it says that the ocean service translated to all material consideration, and that is not limited to any particular country, class, society, or circumstance. So we discussed that it does not require any previous qualification. Correct, no? It is beyond all these material considerations. And the ocean service transcendental has no cause. It's also called Bhakti Sanjayate Bhakti. The Bhakti comes only from the heart of a Bhakta. Or Bhakti Devi, she doesn't have any kind of material cause. So Bhakti actually comes to anyone's heart by the grace of a devotee of the Lord. So devotional service translated has no cost. Devotional service is executed without any hope for gain and cannot be checked by any material circumstances. That's why ahetuki apratihata. So hope for material gain is ahetuki and cannot be checked by material circumstances apratihata. Cannot be any stoppage. It is open for all. Like yesterday in the class, Prashant Mati, remember that Prabhuji was saying that how the devotional service you can do even when you are in coma also, because somebody can think of Krishna, one can chant. Somebody may be in a very awkward situation. There also you can do. I remember when I met an accident. So I did not know what has happened in the body, but I had proper lectures. I could keep it on and can hear. Or if you're not able to do that also, you can simply remember Krishna. That is also devotional service because Shravanam Kirtam Vishnu Smaranam. Smaranam is also a devotional service. So Gajendra was in such a crisis. His crocodile had caught his feet. Still, he could offer the flower and he could remember some verses. So this is how devotional service cannot be checked. Only thing is required, one should have sincere desire. Yeah, go ahead further. Virat, we can read.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, in the Middle Ages.
In the Middle Ages, after the disappearance of Lord Chaitanya's great associate Lord Nityananda, a class of priestly persons claimed to be the descendants of Nityananda, claiming themselves the Goswami caste. They further claimed that the practice and spreading of devotional service belonged only to their particular class, which is known as Nityananda Vamsa. In this way, they executed their artificial power for some time until Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the powerful Acharya of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, completely smashed their idea. There was a great hard struggle for some time, but it has turned out successfully, and now it is correctly and practically established that devotional service is not restricted to a particular class of men. Besides that, anyone who is engaged in devotional service is already at the status of being a high-class brahmana. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's struggle for this movement has come out successful.
So there's they're called caste Gosai, Jati Gosai. So these people claim that only they are the descendant of Nityananda and only they have that privilege of performing devotional service and things like that. So they say that the practice and spreading of devotional service belongs to only the particular class. So that is actually wrong conception. Because devotional service is for anybody. Krishna Bhakti is in the heart of everyone. So that verse is there, no? What is that? Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya ka wo hai Shravanadi Siddhite Kare Uday. So Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema. So Krishna Prema is there in the heart of all the beings. Shravanadi Siddha Chitte, only by hearing and chanting it can be awakened. So there are people like that. So they will say that bhakti or devotional service is only meant for certain class, but it is not correct. And when Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is Srila Prabhupada's guru, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who was Param Guru, Param Guru. That means Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. They actually uprooted so many Apasampradaya. Apasampradaya means like this, different kinds of wrong conceptions they carried in the name of being Vaishnava. So that's why they removed. In fact, in Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prati Mantra, Apasiddhanta Dhanta Harine, like that it is mentioned. So that means many Apasiddhanta means deviations. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, he removed all of them. Like that. So now, next you can read. Venu Prabhu? Or Prashant? Okay, Prashant, you can read.
Ji Prabhu. It is on the basis of his position that anyone can now become a Gaudiya Vaishnav from any part of the world or any part of the universe. Anyone who is a pure Vaishnava is situated transcendently and therefore the highest qualification in the material world, namely to be in the mood of goodness, has already been achieved by such person. Our Krishna consciousness movement in the Western world is based on the above mentioned proposition of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, our spiritual master. On his authority, we are claiming members from all sections of the Western countries. The so-called Brahman claim that one who is not born into a Brahman family cannot receive the sacred thread and cannot become a high-grade Vaishnava. But we do not accept such a theory, because it is not supported by Rupa Goswami nor by the strength of the various scriptures.
Yes. So So it is on the basis of his position that anyone can now become a Gaudiya Vaishnava from any part of the world. And Prabhupada proved it, right? So anybody is a pure Vaishnava, he is not within this jurisdiction of material world, where this kind of external qualification matters. So therefore, the highest qualification in the material world, namely to be mode of goodness, has already been achieved by such a person. So the person who is on the standard of Vaishnava, so he's beyond the three modes actually. So that's why there is no material consideration. And anybody can take shelter of Krishna and go beyond that. That's what he says, no? Mam chove vicharena bhakti yogena sevati. So if anybody takes to devotional service, he can go beyond the three modes. So that's why he is situated transcendently. So one should not consider Vaishnava's external position in this material world. Yes, Prabhupada was so upset when they would say that, no, they are Westerners, foreigners, Maliksha, Javanas, how can they be Vaishnava? They are born in low family and all that. Prabhupada did not agree with all this because that is against the scriptures. So our Krishna movement in the Western world is based on the above mentioned proposition of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, Prabhupada Hospital Master. On his authority, we are claiming members all sections from Western countries. So so-called Brahmanas claim that one who is not born in a Brahmin family cannot receive the sacred thread and cannot become a high-grade Vaishnava, which is wrong. Sanatana Goswami says that anybody, by the process of Diksha and somebody follows nicely, can be, he can become a Brahmana and he can become a Vaishnava. You can become a Vaishnava who is more than a Brahmana. A Vaishnava is more than a Brahmana. One should not have this kind of caste consciousness. That is material vision. One should not think that he is a Shudra Vaishnava, he is a Brahman Vaishnava, he is a Kshatriya Vaishnava. No, Vaishnava is Vaishnava. Vaishnava is beyond Brahmana. So, but we do not accept such a theory because it is not supported by Rupa Goswami, nor by the extent of the various scriptures. Correct? Yes, Venu Prabhu, we can read.
Srila Rupa Goswami specifically mentions herein that every man has the birthright to accept devotional service and to become Krishna consciousness. He has given many evidences from many scriptures, and he has especially quoted one passage from Padma Purana, wherein the sage Vashishta tells King Dilipa, "My dear king, everyone has the right to execute devotional service, just as he has the right to take early bath in the month of Magha, December to January." There is more evidence in the Skanda Purana, in the Kasi Kanda portion, where it is said, in the country known as Mayuradwaja, the lower caste people who are considered less than Sudras are also initiated in the Vaishnava cult of devotional service. And when they are properly dressed with tilaka on their bodies and beads in their hands and on their necks, they appear to be coming from Vaikunta. In fact, they look so very beautiful that immediately they surpass the ordinary Brahmanas.
So every man has a birthright to accept devotional service. So Janma Siddha Adhikar. Nobody is bar to become Krishna conscious. And he's giving one example from Padma Purana. The sister tells people, everyone has the right to execute devotional service, just as he has the right to take early bath in the month of Magha. Nobody can say you cannot take bath in the month of Magha. Somebody can take. And Skanda Purana is in the country known as Mayuradwaja, the lower caste people who consider less than Shudras, also initiated in the Vaishnava cult of devotional service. When they are properly dressed with tilak, they appear like the content. Same thing with Prabhupada did. Prabhupada came to West and he made all the Malikshas and Yavanas, meat eaters, cow flesh eaters. Those were killing cows, the slaughtering cows. There was a butcher, he became brahmachari and was doing kirtan. So this is the glory of devotional service, potency of devotional service. Anybody can be purified. So one should not have any kind of material consideration in giving Krishna consciousness. Anybody can be given Krishna consciousness. It's just qualification that the person should be just ready. If he's ready, you can. I came to voice center. I think, how this devotee can be, how can he become devotee? Because he was smoking before. So for me, my conceptions were like very kind of like this kind of mentality. Only those are very good, goody fellows only will come to bhakti. I was thinking of that. So, but I saw all different varieties of Krishna. Then I later came to know that, oh, there is no, people can be from any background and they become devotees, nice devotees. So, like that. So one should not think that this person cannot become devotee, that this person to God kiss. I say we should be ready to preach to anybody. Should be ready to preach anybody, because anybody can become devotee. Never. So all of you should be preachers. Try to preach Krishna consciousness. Especially in the Western world, if you try to preach, Prabhupada will be so happy. So try to spread the message. You will be surprised that there are people who take up. You never know. Like Xavier Prabhu was sharing, his friend just gave him the book and told him the chant. He took it on. He never heard much about all this, but he took it on. So you'll be surprised. And he was into so many varieties of things which you may judge him thinking that, hey, how will he take? But no, once people will take it up, then they can give up everything. Whatever is not favorable for Krishna consciousness. Yeah. Yes, next you can read. Praveen, Mother, you want to read?
Sure, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, from where do I need to start?
So Vaishnava automatically becomes a Brahmin.
Okay. Does a Vaishnava automatically becomes a Brahmana? This idea This idea is also supported by Sanatana Goswami in his book Hari Bhakti Vilasa, which is the Vaishnava guide. Therein, he has clearly stated that any person who is properly initiated into the Vaishnava cult certainly becomes a Brahman, as much as the mental known as Kamsa.
No, metal known as.
Okay, such much as a metal known as Kamsa.
Not Kamsa, Kas.
Acha, Kans. Bell metal is turned into gold by the mixture of mercury. A bone a bona fide spiritual master under the guidance of authorities can turn anyone into Vaishnava cult, so that naturally he may come to the topmost position of Brahman.
So this is Sanatana Goswami has given. So that is very famous one, Hari Bhakti Vilas. No? That's what I was saying. That so it says the metal known as is called cast bell metal is turned to gold by the mixture of mercury. So if you have a bell metal, it can be made into gold if there is a mixture of mercury, and there is a proper way to do it. So it's not so easy for people to fit that condition, but it can be done. So scientists may not be aware sometimes, but it can be done. So but it says so same way a bona fide spiritual master under guidance of authorities can turn anyone into Vaishnava. So that naturally he may come to the topmost position of Brahmana. Yes. So tatha diksha vidhan, and I like that there's a verse. So by the process of diksha, and when somebody is taking shelter of a bona fide guru, so anybody can come to the platform of Vaishnava, and he's more than a Brahmana, like that. Yes. Pranay, you can read.
Yeah. Srila Rupa Goswami warns, however, that if a person is properly initiated by a bona fide spiritual master, he should not think that simply by the acceptance of such initiation his business is then finished. One still has to follow the rules and regulations very carefully. If after accepting the spiritual master and being initiated one does not follow the rules and regulations of devotional service, then he is again fallen. One must be very vigilant to remember that he is the part and parcel of the transcendental body of Krishna, and that it is his duty as part and parcel to give service to the whole or Krishna. If we do not render service to Krishna, then again we fall down. In other words, simply becoming initiated does not elevate one to the position of a high class Brahmana. One also has to discharge the duties and follow the regulative principles very rigidly.
Yeah, in India there is so many people. They will say, "Oh, हम भी दीक्षित हैं, हमने
Yeah.
भी दीक्षा ले लिया गुरुजी से." But there is no, proper following of any regulative principles or anything. It's very common in India. You must have also observed.
Yeah.
They just sprinkle some water and they become diksha. Diksha, they can take it up like that. And there are so many modern age gurus also. They don't have any authority, but they will, become guru. There is no proper sampradaya and nothing like that. In Vrindavan, there is a big guru, who has so many followers. Many people here, but Actually, he speaks sometimes Mayavad also. He will say, अरे आसाराम बापू वो तो कृष्णा ही है, उनकी लीला चल रही है. Like that he will say. Asaram Bapu was put in jail because of some kind of, no, not proper treatment to some lady, something like that. But he was saying like that. And he will worship some Mayavadi Guru also. But he will talk so much about, devotional service and bhakti, bhagavatam, so much first name, all that he will say, Radharani and everything. So many people hear and he has big following. And people sometimes take up also chanting, but the point is, it is not coming from the right source, so that then there will not be proper cultivation of devotion. Right, conceptions are not there. That's why Radha Gopinath Prabhu was telling one that he was saying that how when you take up when you go to sometimes such kind of they will speak and you will think, "Arey, kitna acha bol raha hai." It is exactly so much, and you will find so much solace and you find so many nicely they will explain everything. You find good. So Radha Gopinath was very difficult for you to discriminate even. You will may think, "Oh, he's such a nice Guru and everything." So even some of our ISKCON devotees also, they went and met him. That very famous Babaji from Vrindavan. And it's not fun, but there are some videos where he has made that step. So that's clearly that shows that he has conceptions also. So then it is not good for us. And so that's why it's very important to be very sure that where we are getting a knowledge. Because there are people who can speak so nicely, so much from Bhagavatam, but they may not be actually proper Vaishnava or at the core. We have to be very much concerned about at the core whether the person is Vaishnava or not. That has to be very, we have to take the lessons only from the bona fides and the Sampradaya. And also saying that it is not just that we get initiated. Even in bona fides which are master teachers, the initiation is only the beginning. It's not that you are initiated, so you are done. Initiation is the beginning. When I say follow, so the essence of Diksha is Shiksha. One should be situated in the Shiksha instructions. One should take instructions very seriously. That means chanting 16 rounds, following 4 regulative principles, and all that. Like once Gopal Maharaj was asked, how many disciples do you have in Pune? I have he said something 100 or something, 50 or something he said, but Maharaj, but you have given initiation to so many. But yeah, I might have given initiation to many, but there are only few disciples. So I think that is how the devotee is thinking how to reconcile. So basically, Maharaj is trying to say that many may take some time initiation, but they don't follow properly. Then they're not proper disciples. They're not disciples. Then so Guru takes the guarantee. Guru takes the he's like a guarantor. He takes the responsibility of the disciple to take him back to Godhead. So either the disciple follows. If the disciple doesn't follow, how can you take it? Like you take admission in the college. College take responsibility to give you a degree. Provided you fulfill all the criteria. You cannot say, no, I have taken admission, so I have to get degree only. So that doesn't work. And so India, many times people just take it as a ritual. Diksha ho gaya hamara diksha ho gaya. Diksha I have taken. So now done. So not that way. Yeah, diksha can be taken, but we have to be following. Somebody is following sincerely, that is the right spirit, and then you can build it and keep following. Then you will grow. Right. So diksha is important, but the essence of diksha is shiksha. One should follow the instructions. Otherwise, one is again fallen if it doesn't properly follow and doesn't render service to the Guru. So he's saying that the rules and regulations should be followed, and otherwise it is again he is again fallen. So one should be very vigilant. Remember that he is Lord's part and parcel, and to serve Krishna wholeheartedly. Simply being initiated does not elevate one to the position of high-class Brahmana. One has to discharge the duties and follow the regulative principles. Very clear. No? Otherwise, somebody says, "हम दीक्षा हो गया, हम तो Brahman हो गया, Vaishnava हो गया." To follow also. So like that. So this is a preparatory stage going on. For all of you, what you are doing, you may not be initiated, but you are preparing for initiation. Like you are becoming more and more steady in devotional service. Eventually, you should have to start chanting 16 rounds. Then you can also get more stable, and then one should get initiated also. That way, because that's a Ado Guru Padashraya. That is the principle. So, but this is all preparation going on. And this is powerful because this preparatory stage also you are nicely growing, and that we are developing your Krishna consciousness. Because all of us have preeminent Shiksha Guru as Prabhupada. Prabhupada is kind of Shiksha Guru for all of us. That we are growing in bhakti. Today we are taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada. So we are taking shelter of teachings. We are all teaching Srila Prabhupada teachings only, right? So that way you are all growing in devotional service. At some point of time, you may accept Diksha Guru when you are fully following all the principles nicely. Okay, so any reflection? Pause. Any one reflection? Anybody wants to share? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the main takeaway is like anyone or like everyone has the right to do devotional service, and like anyone coming from any background or any caste or anything, like he can take up Krishna consciousness and can become a good Vaishnava.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Yes, Virat, too, you want to say?
Prabhuji, my reflection was very similar. I was just reflecting on the sacrifices and the efforts like acharyas like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati went through to enable us to carry out devotional service who are not like of a particular caste or creed, and through his hard work and his struggle, he enabled anyone of any caste and any creed to carry out devotional service.
Yeah. Yes. And Krishna Prabhu, any Prabhu?
And be vigilant in selecting your spiritual leader. Don't listen over whatever says, and whoever doesn't keep too many barriers makes it more easy for you to follow the Krishna conscious, and rather than too much hype or anything, making it more simple and easy to follow Krishna.
Anybody can take it, but there are principles which should be followed. Like somebody may say, how to make it easy? That is a compliment.
Yeah, easy in the sense no hurdles like, oh no, you have to do wear this one, you have to wear tilak, or you have to wear this dress properly like this. So
Sorry?
in that, so instead of removing the hurdles, creating hurdles like, no, you have to wear tilak, or you have to wear this dress, or you have to be like this to follow the Krishna consciousness. So making it easy in the sense removing unnecessary hurdles.
No, but we do put tilak. We do put
No,
tilak.
even if you without tilak also you can chant. So I'm just telling, yeah, you can keep the
chant,
tilak,
we
but
can
if you
chant,
don't
but
want to,
as you become more and more refined, you will put tilak.
Yeah, but I'm saying that those are small things compared to chanting is more. Of course, if you can follow and add it, you cannot keep tilak all the time, but doesn't mean that. So I'm just telling that, yeah, so making it more easy, mainly focusing on what is more important rather than
that is true.
all
That
decorations.
is true. Chanting is the most important thing. But what I'm saying is, eventually, devotee is very happy to accept this small things also, like putting till getting early, and wearing dhoti kurta. Mataji is wearing saris.
Yeah, you can wear it. If the more you do those things, it's more. But
become more and more wonderful
as they progress more and more.
You see Prabhupada's time. Prabhupada, preached Krishna consciousness in Western countries, and these people, they started wearing dhoti kurta, Mataji sari. You see, even now also Prabhupada disciples, Matajis, they wear only sari, and they will put this also. They will put ghungat also. Now they are Western ladies. No? They were like teenagers. Can you imagine? But because once one Mataji was asked, that how you Matajis are like able to do this, how you're able to put this gungat and all. Gungat means the covering the head with sari. How you're able to do it, because you are coming from Western background, now still you are doing it. But many new age and current generation, we don't find even serious devotees, they will not do that. Then Mataji said, no, because Prabhupada, Prabhupada loved it, Prabhupada wanted it, so we are doing it. It's a very simple answer. Prabhupada liked it, so we do it. Prabhupada liked it, very different. So, so devotee, because the rules and regulation doesn't become a burden once there is love for Krishna, because all our activities are as per the spiritual only. In spiritual world, these are the dress. So we follow the same, and we don't have weight challenge. We have dhoti kurta, we have tilak, and eventually. But as you said rightly, there is no bar in the beginning. Anybody can take up chanting. It has, it doesn't have, like, you don't have to like too much demand the standard. When you think it, that should begin chanting, and gradually people will take up standard on their own as they become serious. Correct, no? Venugro?
Yes.
Yes, correct. Your point is correct. Yes, Prashant, bro, you have shared already. You have told him from you have told Prashant, bro. Did you share? Prashant, bro?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I think all the points were covered for today. That one point is that even if one gets initiated, doesn't mean that they are into the devotional path until unless they follow their master's instruction.
It's important. Yeah, correct. And Ravneet, you want to share any point?
Yeah, Prabhuji, I think she's with the Gaurangi right now. She was
Okay.
crying.
And what about 1857? You want to share any point? Somebody joins on phone, but nobody speaks. Okay, we'll pause. Hare Krishna.